as you guys look now to the second half?
Well, in this game, considering the personnel, this is not so much a tactical thing. It's not so much X's and O's, Matt. It's clearly a hustle thing. We've got to do a much better job of keeping the ball in front of us. They're blowing by our closeouts on penetration. They call it a drive, draw, and kick game. Yep. And we have to get to work on the glass. You know, Blair and McDyess, 7 offensive rebounds have really hurt us inside.
Well, they're trying to play some small lineups against you guys, and you're having some success under the basket. That's got to be the goal in the second half, pound it inside.
Yeah, offensively, we want to be patient. We want to make them double team, and then we want to make them play the closeout game and get to our three-point shooters. So it's a little compare contrast. We've got to get the ball inside. We've got to keep them from getting it inside.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Thank you very much, and all the best in the second half. Assistant Coach Mark Ivoroni joining us. And time now for IBM winning strategies.
Well, we talked about a good start. The Raptors did lead by 10 in the second quarter, so they did get off to the kind of start that could help them be successful in this game. But they had to keep it going. They need to play inside out, and the Raptors really, I thought, were good at times and weren't good at other times. They're losing the paint battle 28-24. Some of that's from the second chance opportunities they're giving up on the defensive end. But also, they've got to control the glass. They've got to be a better rebounding team right now. And they just got to want it. Forget about the technique. Forget about style points. Get on the glass. Be aggressive and stop giving up those second chance opportunities.
Absolutely tearing the Raptors apart. That in the bench. Bosch is 4 of 8, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Bargnani, 10 points. Something to look at here as we get set for the second half. Turkoglu with 3 personal fouls and Bosch with 3 personal fouls. Here's Chris in the first half.
Well, the Spurs couldn't do anything with Chris Bosch. He was rolling to the basket. He was finishing around the hoop. And when they tried to double team him, he did a great job of just making his move early to really eliminate the effectiveness of the double team. And you look at Chris Bosch's scoring, 17 points in the first half. But the big 3 for the Raptors in terms of Bosch, Bargnani, Turkoglu stepping up offensively, they're going to need some production from other guys now.
We talked about the difficult stretch that Toronto is in right now. Bosch down low, working against the Ratliff with the hook. There it is, just as you talked about, just as Mark Ivoroni alluded to.
Inside out, that's the way they got to play. Chris Bosch is on fire. He needs to get the ball.
19 points now. This is a very comforting stretch for San Antonio, even without Duncan and Parker. Bogan's attacking and a foul on DeMar DeRozan. 11 of their next 14 are right here at home. So for them, they believe this is an opportunity to catch up.
Well, definitely. The Spurs have struggled on the road early parts of this season. So to be at home for an extended period of time and allow your main guys to heal up a bit, that's got to be a positive.
San Antonio 0-3 out of the road. Bonner backing down with the hook shot. Rolls in. What kind of rims are these? These are the Sherman Hamilton specials.
Well, you know I need all the help I can get.
Bargnani swings it. Jose dumps it on the inside again. Bosch makes the move. Double comes late in the foul. Just work it all night long.
I'll tell you what, if Chris Bosch does not get touches pretty much every possession down the court until he starts to fade, you got to wonder what the Raptors are thinking. He needs to get the ball. Nobody on this Spurs roster has been able to affect Chris Bosch so far when he's got the ball on the low block. Keep feeding him.
Bosch has scored 25 or more points in 5 consecutive games. He has 20 right now. The all-time mark for the Toronto Raptors is 8 sent by Vince Carter back in the 2000-2001 season from February 27th through March 11th. Carter also did it 6 times. That was back in the 2000 season, and so Bosch with one more 25 or more game will tie for second all time.
I'm going to say it's going to happen tonight.
From deep, Matt Bonner.
Now you can say what you want about Matt Bonner, but he's kind of thrown the Raptors off balance. A couple of driving moves and a couple of threes. Now they're trying to question how to guard him. You always put a shooter into drive mode, though.
Turkoglu, there you go, wide open in the circle. Raptors back up by 1. Toronto shooting 65%. They lead by 1.
Unbelievable.
Second chance points, offensive rebounds. Bogan's unable to handle that one as it goes into the third row, and it's a turnover. Spurs have only turned it over 4 times.
Well, we talk about the big three for the Raptors getting it done. Hedo Turkoglu, now is the time he needs to affect the game and really put his mark on this game. He's got smaller defenders guarding him.
Turkoglu up fake. Bargnani over Bonner. Offensive rebound, spin move, Bosch, crowded, puts it up, doesn't go, his own board, go up big, he does, strip, no call. Jefferson, all the way to the hole. Spurs by 1. Jose out high, ball fake, drives, foul.
Like that by Jose, getting to the basket, being fouled. Chris Bosh just doing yeoman's work on the glass by himself in there, going after it. Surprising that no foul was called, but Richard Jefferson with the strip there and immediately makes the Raptors pay. Nobody presents resistance. He's going end to end. Got to communicate. Who's going to check the ball? Got to know what you're doing defensively, especially in transition. Richard Jefferson's a bull when he gets that shoulder down heading towards the basket.
Absolutely. Maybe Jose's on track now. 71-70.
Somebody said he wasn't going to miss any.
That was you.
I don't know about that.
Bosch hasn't missed tonight. 11 of 11. Jose 2 of 3. Missed all the 3 free throws last season. And a foul is going to be charged to Jose. Calderon has missed 6 this season.
Jose's trying to say that he thinks he slipped on the floor and that he didn't trip him.
And quickly out there to work on the floor.
I like that.
9:18 remaining in the third. Toronto by 1. Bonner looking for the handoff. Here's Jefferson, puts that shoulder down, pulls up, shot, doesn't go. Bosch got a piece of it to Bargnani, and a foul's going to be charged to Matt Bonner as he reached in. Great hustle that time, something that Mark Iavaroni talked about, you alluded to. Got to get after it.
Have to be tough, especially finishing the defensive possession by getting on the glass. It just breaks your back when you've got to reset your defense time and time again.
Turkoglu finds Jose. 10 on the clock. Now 9. Miscommunication. Out of bounds turnover. Raptors have turned it over 7 times to 4 for San Antonio.
And Andrea took the blame there. He said it was his fault. He should have rolled to the basket a bit harder.
Hill trying to get by Jose. Does! George Hill tough to handle. 5 of 10, 13 points. San Antonio 4 of 5 of the quarter. Raptors are 2 of 5, and that's work down low by Bosch. Here's Bargnani. Squares up, fires, count it.
The Raptors, when they get the ball to their bigs on the block, or even Hedo Turkoglu on the block, they get some good results. They've got to go back to that consistently in the second half.
4 minutes in. Jefferson. Back up top, Bogans. Up fake, drives, wide open. Beaten off the dribble once again.
That's just poor defense right there. No rotation, no communication. You've got to be better defensively.
San Antonio plus 10 in the points in the paint. Shot clock at 5. 4 up fake. And Ratliff bites on the up fake. San Antonio doing an excellent job right there of keeping Bosch away from the sweet spot.
George Hill just being aggressive, getting around the screen of Chris Bosch and just taking it to the hoop and just finishing. Even though Jose seems to have decent position, his aggression that he gets to the basket with kind of eliminates Jose. But that last offensive possession for the Raptors, not good. It seemed like they were going 4 out and trying to play perimeter basketball. Chris, get down lower. Andrea, get down low and get to work on the block. That's where the success is.
12 of 12 now from the free throw line for 22 points. Gate 5 live. Prior to the Chicago game, check it out, Gate 5 live. Bosch now 13 of 13. Bonner. Jefferson, here's Hill driving. Calderon got a piece of it, and they're going to call a foul. Foul on Jose.
Late whistle there.
His 4th.
Jose looks to be pretty upright, moving backwards. The refs called a foul, but we've seen teams attack Jose Calderon off the dribble because they feel they can break him down, and Jose is going to consistently get tested that way this year. He's going to have to step up to the challenge. But right there, I'm with Jose in terms of him moving his feet, and I thought he got out of the way pretty effectively.
George Hill averaging 9 points on the season, getting minutes tonight. He has 13, tied at 75. And now Hill with 14. Loose ball gobbled up. Ginóbili. Raptors got to stand tall here defensively. Hill, 16 points.
Just a great breakdown move by George Hill on Andrea Bargnani, and gets it in the middle and tosses up that giant killer. And now we see another turnover for Toronto.
Raptors can't get rattled here. Timeout San Antonio with 6:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. George Hill making the most of his minutes. 22 minutes, 16 points.
Well, I mean, if you...
Subway wrap-up, Subway eat fresh, sure.
Well, the glass, the Spurs obviously being more effective than the Raptors. And the bench points, the Raptors bench, really a non-factor other than Jarrett Jack in this game. And second chance points, well, the glass leads to second chance points. And since the Spurs have dominated that area, they've done a better job than the Raptors getting those second chance opportunities. But George Hill, hey, no Tony Parker, but this guy has shown over his time in a Spurs uniform that he can get it going. He knows how to score. This is just a great crossover move and a very nice finish. George Hill getting it done from the point guard spot against the Toronto Raptors.
And you see why there are many people believe that the San Antonio Spurs could be the team in the Western Conference. Their depth is something else. This is without Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. McDyess finds Bonner. Ginóbili, shot doesn't go, Bosch handles. Big stop that time. No place to go. Bargnani puts it on the floor. Dribbles it right to Bosch. Extra pass, Antoine Wright, 2 on the clock. Has to fire, in and out. McDyess handles the board. Jefferson stripped by Wright. Loose ball picked up San Antonio. Ginóbili settles it down. Back to McDyess, top of the circle over Turkoglu. Bosch clears it. Quickly ahead, Turk. Bosch goes down to the post. Jefferson on him. Up high. Bargnani from deep. Bang on. Big bucket. Bargnani.
How they get it? They go inside first. The defense collapses. Clean look for Andrea from the three-point line.
14th lead change of this game. Bargnani with 15. Jefferson now over to Ginóbili, on a bounce to McDyess. One-on-one against Bosch. Great defense there. Ginóbili cut off, and then a great find with a McDyess, and getting late there defensively when Bosch came over to help Endline. That opened up the door for McDyess.
And the Raptors needed to rotate crisper there. Ginóbili just knows how to get shots, whether it's for himself or for his teammate. He knows how to play the game. He drove to a spot knowing that Chris Bosch would have to come off of McDyess. Just drops it off to McDyess, who's leaning towards the basket. But that's where the Raptors' weak side has to be ready to go, jump into position and really cut off that initial pass and force Manu Ginóbili to make a tougher pass, maybe cross court, which they'll have more time to recover.
Bosch out. Amir Johnson in.
And here comes that rebounding machine in Dewan Blair and the veteran Michael Finley.
Turkoglu with 4 fouls. Bosch has 3. Finley, another offensive rebound. Johnson with a Bargnani. Bellinelli. Johnson comes over to help, plus the foul. They got all switched up defensively. Bargnani was working with Bellinelli, telling them where to go in the blow-by.
Well, it looked like the Raptors wanted to force the ball one side, but Andrea jumps, and that tells me that communication's not there. But how about the step through, the contorting of the body to still get by the last defender and finish with contact? Manu Ginóbili getting it done. And for Jay Triano, him and Mark Iavaroni talking over there, the defensive concept. Guys have to communicate on screen and rolls and understand how they're going to play it. If you're going to make a mistake, make it on the same page. Don't have 2 people thinking 2 different things.
San Antonio, this is their largest lead. Last time they led by 3, 29-26. Antoine Wright between the eyes.
Needed bucket right there for the Raptors.
81-81. Finley. McDyess up fake, gives it to Ginóbili. He's going to crank it up deep. Too strong, and Jack reels it in. Jared Jack on the run, pulls up, has a trailer. Bargnani, no, and Finley's right there. Missed opportunity. Mason brings it up, working with McDyess. Finley, right, crowds him, and a blocking foul.
Antoine Wright, right guess there. And here you see Antoine off the screen, raises up and knocks down the 3-point shot. The Raptors needed that shot right there. Defensively, he guessed right against Michael Finley, just wasn't able to set the feet and draw the charge the right way. But I'm using Antoine Wright's last name quite a bit. He's doing things right.
Tomorrow on Raptors NBA TV, Denver Nuggets in Chicago at the United Center against the Bulls tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. Venture to Michael Finley at the line. Came over from Dallas, signed here. They didn't want to re-sign him in Dallas. He came here looking for a ring. 82-81. Bargnani's got a chance. Up fake. Oh, great job. Greg Popovich wanted to travel. And that's a big foul on Blair. That's his 4th. We've seen Bargnani doing a better job of that this year.
Definitely. Recognize them when guys are off their feet and being patient, not traveling to draw that charge, waiting for them to come into him and then leaning in a bit. But that whole play developed because as Jared Jack came off the screen, Amir Johnson rolls hard to the basket. DeJuan Blair has to hold for a second, and now Andrea's at the three-point line naked. He's got to get there, and Andrea draws a foul. And Brett Popovich trying to let the refs see his point of view that he felt Andrea traveled on it. No go. Andrea gets to the free throw line.
7 of his 17 here in the third. Toronto by 1. Ginóbili and a foul.
Tell you what, I don't like this matchup with Bellinelli trying to guard Manu Ginóbili.
How many did he do? Oh, a little stutter step and an extra step.
He's at home. He's going to get the Texas two-step right there, but he's just, to me, he's just such a crafty player. I'd like to see Antoine Wright get a piece of him right now and try to stay in front of him.
Ginóbili 79% at the free throw line the other night in that loss at Portland. 17 points, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, and the second one doesn't go, and knocked out of bounds by Antonio McDyess. Calderon 4, Turkoglu 4, Johnson 4, Bosch and Wright each with 3. Blair has 4 on the other side. Bargnani cranks it up. Too strong. Mason hustles ahead. Ginóbili sends it down on the block to McDyess. Mason Jr. short. Knocked out of bounds. San Antonio, Toronto ball.
Now for the Raptors, you look at this lineup and who's going to score for Jay Triano's squad. Marco Bellinelli hasn't been aggressive offensively, so it falls on Andrea Bargnani. And I think Jared Jack has to be a bit more aggressive looking for his offense.
Fading that time. Camped out by himself, Finley. Can't give him that look. Second time they've led by 3 here in the quarter. Shooting 62% in the quarter. Bargnani underneath, and Jack takes it to the hole. Bargnani wide open underneath, but Jared goes right to the rack. 1-point game, 86-85.
Jared missed him early, so had to get a shot up on the glass.
Mason now driving by. Shot doesn't go on the weak side. Bellinelli. San Antonio gets back. Johnson comes, sets the screen. Bellinelli, bang! Big bucket, Bellinelli. 2-point lead. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third, and a foul on Antoine Wright. Wright picks it up. That's his 4th. Timeout on the floor. Tight one. A good one, Sherm. Here in San Antonio, Texas, the Burger King trivia. Who was the last Spur to lead the NBA in rebounding for a season? Oh, Sherm, wait, I know. Chomping at the bit to answer that one. We'll have the answer for you just a little bit later on.
I like how you tied that into Burger King, huh? Chomping
at the bit.
Got me thinking.
Okay,
That's got me thinking.
I wrote that down right here.
No. That's off the top for you. That's how you flow.
Gerald Wallace getting it done for the Cats. Marc Gasol, second-year player from Spain, Pal's younger brother, and then Chris Bosch has been outstanding along with Howard and that man right there, Tim Duncan. But Bosch last year averaged 20 and 10. It's a mentality, mindset.
You just got to want to get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If you're a rebounding person, you're going after that ball against all odds, in traffic. You just want it. And good rebounders know how to pursue the ball in terms of the flight where it's coming off the rim. They have good anticipation. And then they get down and dirty when it comes to grabbing that ball.
on Jared Jack setting a screen. Ginóbili hit the deck. 1:50 to go in the third. 88-87.
That's called
Ginóbili
to take a screen right there.
18 points, 4th turnover in the quarter by Toronto.
Really got to slow it down. The Spurs right now down by 1, but it feels like they have control of this game.
The pace has totally changed, the tempo. Bonner on the block with Johnson. McDyess sends it to Ginóbili. Cracks up the 3. By 2 now, San Antonio.
Jay Triano putting Sonny Weems in the game, trying to inject some energy and some athleticism right now for the Raptors.
Weems cuts right across. Bellinelli to the cutting Johnson. Excellent job. Great read in a 2-man game with Bellinelli and Johnson.
Good job by Marco Bellinelli getting into the gut of the Spurs defense and finding a rolling Amir Johnson.
And so Weems now has the challenge of Manu Ginóbili. Ginóbili eats him up. Mason, no, and there's Weems recovering with a rebound. Jared Jack turns the corner on Bonner. Attacking, knocked out of bounds.
Right idea by Jared Jack. Here you see Marco Bellinelli turns the screen, gets into the middle. Amir Johnson with a good roll to the basket. Solid finish.
Bargnani up high. Here's Sonny. Weems takes a jumper. All net all the time. 92-90.
That's a bonus for Jay Triano, getting Sonny Weems to knock down a jump shot right now. The Raptors need a little bit of offense to end this quarter.
The century mark will not be a problem tonight, sure. Raps have done it 6 consecutive games. The team mark is 7. 7 straight games of hitting 100 or more.
All right, you want to back off of me, Mike Finley? Yeah, I don't play a lot, but I got this in my game for you. Sonny Weems.
I'm not just a slasher. Ginóbili. Sonny Weems, the foul. Just a little bit of the body. Just a little bit of the body. Was it a 3? On the floor in the act. They're going to go over and check. 2-shot foul. They want to see it. They can review this. With 9.9 left here in the third.
Well, Manu Ginóbili does a good job of pump faking. And Jay Triano saying he jumped straight up.
Here it is.
As Manu Ginóbili gets the ball, look at this pump fake.
Foot's on the line.
But now it's where he gathers and goes up. His foot's behind the line when he gathers to get the contact. So that's the question that has to be answered. Do the refs call that a 3-point shot? It looks like
it's
a 3-point attempt.
It's a 3. 3-point attempt. This is big with Ginóbili to take 3. First one good. Ginóbili 11 of 13 from the line. Burger King trivia: who was the last Spur to lead the NBA in rebounding for this season?
I'm going to say the Admiral. What do you think?
The Admiral. No.
Dennis
Rodman. 16.8. 1995. Now, folks, that was getting rebounds. 16.8.
There was no technique in that. It's just a dude who wanted to get it.
Hey, that's a reckless 16.8 right there, right?
But if you're on the sidelines coaching that reckless 16.8, you'd be pretty happy.
Yes. San Antonio by 1, but the Raptors have a chance here to take the lead. Final possession of the third. Bellinelli, 4, now down to 3. Got to go to work. Fires over Bogans. Does. Got to bang on Bellinelli.
Marco Bellinelli just in time. The Raptors needed that 3.
3 of 3, 9 points. Marco Bellinelli. The Toronto Raptors carry a 2-point advantage into the fourth quarter in the third and final game of this 3-game road trip before returning home for one against Chicago and then heading back out on the road. No Duncan, no Parker, but San Antonio still in it. Raptors with 12 minutes to go. Can they grab one here in the Alamo City? Through 3 quarters of action, here we are.
Unbelievable. The Raptors shooting 60% from the floor. But you look at the bench points, second chance points, and the Spurs are dominating in both areas. And that's why they're able to be in this game and only be down by 2 points at this point. Now is the moment of truth for the Raptors. Fourth quarter on the road. How do you get it done? Well, Jarrett Jack doing a good job to end the first quarter with a nice 3-point shot, and Bellinelli a big 3 to end that third quarter. So the Raptors getting something done at crucial moments when they needed it.
Weems, Jack, Bellinelli, Johnson, and Bargnani on the floor. Bellinelli coming off of the bench, providing that spark. Jefferson, Blair, Bonner, Hill, and Mason. Timeout of Richard Jefferson. Excellent job defensively by the Toronto Raptors. Last time T.O. won here, December 28, 2007. The tempo of that game, Sherm, was just a little bit different.
It was.
83-73.
Whatever it takes to get a W in San Antonio, huh?
You got that right. Raptors by 2. For a key matchup for drive one, Sherm.
Well, the matchups, Andrea Bargnani, Richard Jefferson. Andrea definitely doing the job scoring the basketball. Richard Jefferson not too shabby himself, but Andrea for the Raptors. He's been inside, he's been outside during this game. He's done some solid things. And I think for Andrea, it's about figuring out where he can attack this Spurs defense and have the most consistent positive result. And I think that's in the paint right now, unless it's off a driving kick.
Jefferson driving, ties it up. So tough. That matchup is not over. 95-95. Bargnani and Bellinelli working away, trying to get freed up. Jack sends it back out to Bargnani, puts it on the deck, fires, no, rebound Blair. Bonner, quick release. Back up by 3. 98-95. Sonny Weems. Weems driving left hand. There you go, Sonny.
That's the aggressive mentality the Raptors have to have in this fourth quarter. Every time the Raptors can score a little bit, they're going to save Jay Triano from having to put Chris Bosh in too early with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, he said in training camp he wants to be a rotation player. You play like this, you will be. Mason finds Bonner. Bonner, whoa. Bargnani clears it now to Jack. Jack looking for the running Johnson. There you go. How sweet is that?
Woo. That was a no-yes pass right there. Jarrett Jack threading the needle in transition to Amir Johnson.
24th lead change. We may have a few more. Hill outside, cranked up, the 3. Jefferson, no. Johnson hustling. Jack looks ahead. Sonny Weems, control yourself now. Bellinelli, got it. Bellinelli, 4 of 4.
Sonny Weems does a great job of not just trying to toss it up because that was an alley-oop pass. Comes down with it, hits Marco Bellinelli off.
What a job this group is doing on the floor right now. George Hill, jumper counted. Jack driving, finds Johnson. No, but he's fouled. They're working well together, Jack and Johnson.
This whole bench has a good groove going right now. Andrea Bargnani out there with them, but I like the energy. And Sonny Weems does not try to jack it up just because the alley-oop pass comes down, kicks it out. Marco Bellinelli good for three.
Bosch getting set to re-enter. Bosch has 23 points. Amir Johnson, extremely productive, has 7 points and 5 rebounds. This quarter brought to you by our good friends at Miller Genuine Draft, MGD. Bargnani, 17 points. Amir Johnson, 8 points now, 5 rebounds. Bosch on the floor. Staying with this group with the one big in the middle. Ginóbili for 3. Rims couldn't be any softer. Toronto by 1. Jack exploding to the hole. A block. Jefferson the other way and a foul.
Jarrett Jack puts the shoulder down and looks like he was trying to create some contact going to the basket. Doesn't get the call, and immediately the Spurs turn around and force the Raptors to foul in transition. Got to capitalize out there.
McDyess with Hill, Ginóbili, Bonner, and Jefferson. Hill pulls up. Shot doesn't go. Bonner on the glass, tapping it up. Johnson comes down with it, rolls off of his foot.
Those are the ones that you have to get in terms of contesting a jump shot, boxing out, and getting on that rebound. You got to finish that defensive possession right there.
Johnson doing an excellent job hustling, but just unable to grab it. And Bosch is talking to Tony Brothers about calls. Ginóbili. Weems flies by, has his feet set. Life is good when that happens. 2-point game, San Antonio up. What a game in San Antonio. Can we get another lead change? Bosch battling for it. McDyess takes it away.
That's one of those you give up position to make sure you have possession. And Chris Bosch trying to post up.
Deflection. Jack got a piece of it. Jose Calderon is going to check in for Jared Jack. 7 points. Couple of assists, quality minutes. Ginóbili up high to Hill. Jefferson runs baseline, pulls up in the short corner. 4-point lead, largest lead of the night for San Antonio. 8-0 run. Calderon to Bellinelli. He's perfect from the floor. Working with the Bosch. Pulls up over Jefferson. Shot no. Johnson held down. Hill brings it up slowly. They want to slow this down. McDyess J. Pops out. Bosch is right there. Jose working with Bosch. Up fake. Puts it on the deck. And a foul. He's headed to the line where he's 13 of 13. McDyess picks it up. his fourth.
Good decision by Chris Bosh. Popovich probably not liking that call either as Turkoglu checks into the game, but Chris Bosh with just a good pump fake. McDyess doesn't go for it, but Chris doesn't settle and attacks the basket and forces the ref to make a call right there.
Turkoglu back out on the floor. That group of Jack Johnson, Bellinelli, and Weems. Quality minutes for Jay Triano. Yep.
Definitely productive.
Perfect on the night is CB4.
Now Chris had to sit a bit, so I'd like to see the Raptors get him into rhythm. Some touches down low, part of the offense. Allow him to make some decisions with the ball in his hand.
Misses his first of the night, 14 of 15. San Antonio by 3. Ginóbili. Bonner. Shot clock at 7. Bonner high off the window. Bosh comes in. No call. Got to be strong with the ball. Jefferson. That was a huge possession. 5-point lead.
Wow, and that was George Hill who initiated that whole possession for the Spurs.
Jose takes it right at Hill. 3-point game.
Good job by Jose, just eliminating the celebration for the Spurs right there. Quick basket to quiet the crowd.
See the second chance points, 27-10. There's Johnson. Amir goes up with the hammer. Great defense. Johnson having his best game as a Raptor.
The Raptors had a good double team on Manu Ginóbili. Amir Johnson read the pass perfectly. Easy deuce.
10 points, 5 rebounds. McDyess at the elbow. Drops it into Jefferson. Great look. Turkoglu's got to be stronger than that underneath. 3-point game.
And they don't have to talk about that. They're just two guys recognizing position and how to deliver the pass.
Bosh up high, up fake. Pops out. Rim was unkind that time. 3-point game nearing the 5-minute mark here in San Antonio. Game 3 of a 3-game road trip back home for 1 on Wednesday against Chicago. Can they get this one in San Antonio? Bonner thought about it. Hill's gonna take it. Air ball, Bosh handles. Here we go. Under 5. 3-point game. Turkoglu driving. Turkoglu, no! Swatted out, and Jefferson comes down with it. Bargnani's going to check back in.
Raps in another good defensive stand right here.
Bonner driving. Tapped in McDyess. Jay Triano furious. He wanted a call in the cylinder.
That was about as close as it gets right there. It looked like McDyess got the ball before it came off the rim.
Turkoglu, can you get it? Shot no. Mistimed. 5-point game. Ginóbili sprinting ahead, stripped away. Bellinelli last touch. Toronto, San Antonio ball, timeout. Subway wrap-up, Subway eat fresh.
Obviously, this game was a tight one so far. 18 ties, 25 lead changes. Manu Ginóbili has been phenomenal off the bench for the Spurs squad. And the second chance opportunities hurting the Raptors in this game. But this young man, Manu Ginóbili, has really started and finished a lot of the offense for the Spurs. But he does it all. He passes the ball extremely well. He scores the ball from the 3-point line, anywhere in between. He's such a heady player, willing to accept contact, just does a great job of keeping the defense off balance all the time. Definitely the Raptors have struggled trying to guard Manu Ginóbili, but who in this league doesn't struggle to guard this guy?
This game is elevated in the absence of Duncan and Parker. Jefferson comes up short. Second chance. Kicks it back out. Ginóbili cranks it up. Goes in 33. Tougher than that.
The question is, did Richard Jefferson release that ball and catch it himself? Because that would be a traveling call.
Deep post position. Bosch goes in and a foul. Since the 2007-2008 season, the third time that Manu Ginóbili has scored at least 32 points against Toronto.
Flat out, he's just a handful to guard. He's constant movement. He's wiry. He's awkward to defend because of the steps and the angles that he attacks on. And he just does so many good things for them offensively. It's really tough to game plan for a guy like that.
117-109, 3:37 to go. Foul on McDyess, his fifth. Bosch needs this. The Raptors need it. 25 points now. 7-point game, 3:37. Antoine Wright on the floor for defense. Blair checks in.
You know, we had Brian Colangelo answer that text earlier about the road games for the Raptors. I think it's great that they're going to have to be in a tough environment, playing against a quality team, and they're going to have to do it on the defensive end. That's going to be a challenge for this team right now to close this game out.
Highest scoring team in the Eastern Conference, Toronto. Seven-point game. Blair, hop step, Jefferson. Cut off by Bargnani. Bonner's going to crank it up, hand in the face, good. 10-point lead. Their largest. (10-1) run, last 2:22. Bosch puts it back up and through. Has 27 now. Raptors got to get down on the defensive side. Ginóbili got it. Wow. 36 with a hand in the face. Largest lead, timeout. It's slipping away. Can the Raptors get stops? Immediately following tonight's game, Raptors post up live from San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio trail by 2 entering the fourth. They now lead 123-112. Miller Genuine Draft, smooth.
Manu Ginóbili,
yep,
getting it done. Shooting the ball extremely well, getting to the basket, and that was a huge three for this Spurs team. Smooth play of the game, MGD.
San Antonio 6 of 7 from deep. Ginóbili in the game, 6 of 8. Jose finds Turkoglu to Bargnani. Through the fingertips to Wright. 7 on the clock. Driving off the side of the backboard. Raptors need to stop here. Spurs in the fourth, 30-17, outscoring Toronto. Shooting 57%. Jefferson in a foul.
Well, the dribble penetration has hurt the Raptors all evening. Spurs perimeter, even Matt Bonner's been able to get it off the bounce, getting to the middle and start to create some defensive rotations for the Raptors.
Hill. Right to the hole. Right after Sherm just talked about it. Slipping away. And it may have just slipped. 125, 112.
Last two offensive possessions for the Raptors, very unproductive. Now they've got to figure out how to get stops.
Raptors 1 for their last 7. And last touch by Ginóbili.
The Raptors right now down 13. With a minute 27 left, need a solid offensive possession.
What a hand for Manu Ginóbili as he checks out. Bellinelli comes in for Antoine Wright. Offense, defense there. Ginóbili, 36 points. What a show he put on tonight. Turkoglu finds Bosch, spinning. Goes up strong. There you go. 11-point game. Pressure on the ball. Hill throws it. Throws it away. Here we go. A little bit of magic here.
Good offensive possession. Get that turnover. Now you can make something happen.
Turkoglu, can you get it? Got it. Here we go. Timeout, San Antonio. That's what we're talking about. 8-point game now. Make them nervous down there at the other end.
Minute 4 left. You've got some good offensive vibes going. Now you've got to get it done on the defensive end out of this timeout, but definitely positive offensive plays. And you talk about building and trying to be a team that's not going to lay down, and they're going to fight through some things. The Raptors are showing right now that they're going to scrap it out to the end right.
125, 117. Family Fun Days every Sunday home game. Package includes 4 tickets, food, drinks, meet and greet the Raptor, post game on the court, free throws for the kids, foam fingers, and so much more. Purchase tickets at Raptors.com/15 years. Family Fun Days every Sunday home game. Ginóbili back out on the floor. Sonny Weems.
Mishmash of players who've had an effect on this game for both teams.
There, the game reset right there.
Raptors got to get down defensively right now, make something happen.
Johnson along with Wright, Weems, Bosch, and Calderon. Wright on Ginóbili. Ginóbili gets space. Shot doesn't go. Bosch with a rebound. Under a minute to go. Need a great possession here. Jose finds Bosch. Perfect on the year from deep. Keep it going. Keep it going. 6 of 6, 5-point game. Pressure on the inbounds. Back to Bonner. Chasing now. 5-point game. Strong defense there. And a foul.
It's okay, though. They went for the steal, an aggressive trap. Time was being eaten off the clock. They needed to stop it, so you create a foul situation.
Had a foul to give.
Gotta get him. Right now, the Raptors trying to protect the clock a bit.
Most points ever scored by an opponent against the Raptors in a game tonight by Manu Ginóbili. Prior to tonight, Leandro Barbosa with 35. Hill at the line, and the first one is good. 2-possession game. Just when you thought. This is going to make it a 3-possession game. 3-possession game. Timeout. Jay Triano. It's a full timeout. Toronto 127 to 120. They now change it. It's going to be a 30. 20 second.
Try to set up a good offensive look. And Chris Bosh, we talked about this earlier. He's been aggressive from the 3-point line, looking for a shot from the 3, and has yet to miss a 3. Now, I know what everybody thinks. You don't want him standing out there knocking down shots, but I think he's been responsible with it, taking them as the games have allowed him to take them, and he's very effective knocking them down. And just made a big one for the Raptors. So definitely the 3 a part of Chris Bosh's game. 6 for 6 from long range this season.
Bosh ties Vince Carter for second all-time with most games with at least 25 or more points. He has 32 tonight. He has been a monster.
Chris has definitely brought it early in the season for the Raptors.
5.9 of a second. The differential game clock, shot clock. Offense on the floor now for Toronto with Turkoglu and Bellinelli. Bosh travels. Turnover.
They tried to run a bit of a split with Hedo Turkoglu and Andrea Bargnani off the catch of Bosh. And Bosh just kind of left it out there thinking Andrea was going to scoop it up, come around and try to knock down a 3-point shot. Doesn't work out.
Pressure. Ginóbili breaks it. Jefferson, and now the chase begins and the free throws as well. And Jose Calderon right on Tony Brothers. And Jose saying that he had the ball.
Don't want to get into any technical foul situations right now for Jose Calderon.
Jefferson to the line. Jefferson misses. That's huge.
The Spurs, like the Orlando Magic, have shown without some starters in their lineup, they can still get it done with their depth.
Although Orlando the other night against Oklahoma City got pounded. Timeout taken, 23 seconds left. 128-120. It's a 20-second timeout by Jay Triano. And the Toronto Raptors tonight have put themselves in a tough spot. With just 23 seconds to go, and Amanu Ginóbili shows you why he is such a special player.
Just getting it done night in, night out. And Jose Calderon obviously disqualified from this game. Chris Bosh again doing some yeoman's work out there. Tough night.
Yep, Jose fouling out with 6. Nearing a double-double. 13 points, 9 assists. Tomorrow, right here on the Raptors NBA TV, Derrick Rose against Carmelo Anthony. Nuggets and Bulls. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. 23.7 of a second of remaining. Here comes Bosh with his 32 in tow. Bargnani was 17. The Raptors have 1 timeout. Turkoglu up high, driving. Turkoglu right to the hole. 18 seconds now left. 2-possession game. Need a stop. A steal. There's a foul instead, and Jefferson's going to head to the line. Jefferson 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 40 free throw attempts tonight by San Antonio, 29 by Toronto. Jefferson to the line. 17 seconds remaining. First one good. 11 of 8 threes. One stretch in the fourth, they were 6 of 7. Spurs, in fact, 14 of 28 from downtown. The Raptors are 11 of 17. And a timeout taken by Jay Triano in this game. 129 to 122. 16.8 of a second remaining. Timeout on the floor. Just Energy player of the game. Manu Ginóbili on the feed there. Manu Ginóbili on the dribble penetration there. Manu Ginóbili from deep right there. Showing you all the facets of his game. 36 points, a brilliant effort tonight in the absence of Duncan and Parker for only the 9th time since 2002. 2 and 6 in the previous 8 games out of the timeout. 7-point game they needed in a hurry. No time to waste. Bogans commits the foul. Clock stops. Good thing for the Raptors. Side out of bounds for Wright, Bellinelli, Bargnani, Bosch and Turkoglu. Turkoglu out high. Won't take too much time. Driving, reverse, good. 8.8 left. 2-possession game. Got to extend it, giving it back. That's going to do it. At that point, it doesn't matter. 129, 124. 1.9 of a second remaining. And the Raptors, a disappointing night here in San Antonio, but the Spurs certainly showing their grit and determination. There's no question about that as Turkoglu fouls out. Jose fouled out earlier. Dallas showing you on Saturday night why they're one of the best in the West, and San Antonio doing it again tonight, even without the presence of 2 phenomenal players. Raptors missed an opportunity here this evening. You know that. Put this one in the books. 131, 124. San Antonio out shooting Toronto, getting to the glass. Shooting 50% from 3-point range. Second chance points. A massive differential there. And the Toronto Raptors fall to the San Antonio Spurs. Raptors 1-2 now. Wrapping up this road trip, they have Chicago. That's not easy. On Wednesday, you get them on a second night of a back-to-back. And then they head back out on the road. Tough one to take if you're Jay Triano in Toronto. The Raptors fall here in San Antonio. We'll have more right after these messages.